Hey guys, Kaylee's Optimus here. Today I'm going to show you how to pick a Medeco biaxial. It's kind of a crapshoot. Sometimes you'll have good luck and you'll have bad luck. I think that's mainly to do with which pins line up with the sidebar when you first pick it to shear line. So picking this lock is kind of like picking two locks. You got to pick it to shear line, and then you got to pick the rotation of the pins to allow the sidebar to drop in. And like I said, it's a crapshoot. So I'm going to give this a try today and we'll see how it goes. I got it in this Abus 83 padlock body. It's just really comfortable to hold while you're picking. So first thing I'm going to do is see if I can pick it to shear, which usually isn't very difficult. There's only one crazy pin in here, and it's kind of like I don't know what it is. It's like a mushroom spool pin or something. You'll see if I get this thing apart and we can gut it. So I know for a fact that this first pin is the only one that's got a security pin in the upper position. Let me see if I can get this guy without losing anything else. I think I did it without losing anything else. Yeah, everything else feels pretty firm. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I got it picked to shear. Now I got to figure out which pins need to be rotated in order to allow the sidebar to drop in, and this is most definitely the hard part. So for this I use my Peterson gem. It's got that sharp little point on it, and you can kind of grab the corner of the pin and pull it or push it whichever way you like. This particular keyway is pretty open, so you can definitely get access to it to rotate the pins. You can tell which ones need to be picked because they'll be binding. So the key pin itself will be binding, and you can kind of rub across it with your pick and figure out whether it's clicking about and it's got room to play or whether it's actually bound up by the sidebar. So I'm on pin 3 and it feels bound up to me. I'm just going to check the other ones. Alright, pin 5 and pin 3 feel bound up. I'm going to go after pin 3 first. Can't really tell which one it is, put some heavy tension on it and you'll be able to tell which one's binding. So when it comes to picking the rotation of these things, it's not easy. You got to let up on the tension just enough. You got to let the core rotate back just enough to get out of any kind of false gate that you might be in, which sometimes you just lose the whole thing when you're drying. Been there, done that quite a few times. I think I just went there. Okay, I'm gonna repick it to shear. Usually doesn't take very long. Maybe I'll get lucky and I won't have to pick that pin again. It seems like every time I get stuck on that pin, it's a tough one to get rotated. Like I said, the rotation of these pins, it's a crapshoot, man. I don't know if it's just my feel isn't good enough yet, but I have some serious issues trying to get these pins rotated from time to time. Occasionally I'll get lucky. There we go. Gotta pick back to shear. I'm gonna find my binder again. Thank God it's not pin 3. It's not pin 4. I think it's pin 5 that's got me bound up. I think pin 5 is kind of a nightmare too. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can get it. Pin 5 is definitely binding in the rotation. Oh, I think I got it. Yep. Okay. Got pin 5. Let's see what else is holding me up. Pin 1 feels a little bit stuck. See if I can rotate him. is the one. Okay, I think we got pin 1. Feels like pin 6 is the binder now. Come on, baby, good luck. Oh, it just got worse. Went the wrong way with that one. Alright, 1, 2, and 3 are good. Still pin 6 is binding on me. I think it just bound even more than it was. I'm dancing on this thing trying to get it to move. Alright, it doesn't feel bound out now. Let's go back through and see if any of the others are bound. Alright, I think pin 4 is the one I'm after now. Am I at 6 minutes? Okay, yeah, it's definitely pin 4. Let's try and drag him this way. Nothing. Let's try and drag him back the other way. Sometimes you really got to be forceful with these things in order to get them to rotate. A lot of times that's a tough decision as to which direction you want to force it. Sometimes it makes it worse, sometimes it makes it better. Alright, I got that one picked. I think I lost something else. Pin 1's clicking, pin 2 and 3 are clicking, pin 4, pin 5, pin 6. Maybe I need more pressure to get the binder. Okay. I'm kind of clicking around. Maybe I need to pick it back to shear. Maybe I overset something. I don't think so. I really don't feel like it needs to be picked back to shear. Alright, I gotta be stuck on the sidebar still. See if I can figure out which one is doing it to me. Man, I can't tell what I'm hung up on. I hate it when that happens. I guess it's time to do a little exploratory. Bam. So, started out a little bit rough, but I got to it. Like I said, with these Medecos, it's kind of a crapshoot. Sometimes it's best off to just start fresh. Alright, let me get my stuff together and we'll get it. Hopefully I can keep this in frame while I'm gutting it. You know, I'm a big fan of these Abus padlocks. They're super easy to work on. But this little adapter thing raises some questions. I feel like if I came across one of these Abus padlocks and it had a Medeco cylinder in it, I would just attack this piece. It's made out of brass. There's nothing special to it. All you got to do is find a way to get this little piece to break off, and then you could probably just pull the whole cylinder right out of there. Alright, but anyway, back to what we were doing. Try to get this guy. See if I can do it without the key. Oh, I'm scaring myself. Might have to just do it with the key. I swear the clips that they put on these things are just like Fort Knox. It's harder to get this clip off than it is to pick the lock. Okay, so my sidebar is going to be over here. There we go. Okay, so you can see the sidebar is there. Let me pluck it out of there so you can see all the little bits and pieces on it. Alright, a couple little springs in there. So this particular Medeco happens to have a bunch of master wafers in it, which probably makes it easier to pick the shear line, but I think we all know picking at the shear line isn't the hard part. I'll give you a good look at these pins before we move on to the uppers. So these pins are all intact, and a lot of them do have false gates. You can kind of see that one there. Alright, now I happen to know that this lock is mostly standard uppers except for the first pin. Got my tweezers. So that there is the first pin. I don't even know what to call that, but it's a pain in the ass when you're picking it and you don't know what's there. Alright, so that sucker is pin 2. Here's the core, so you can see that it's all intact. And also here's the housing. Yeah, picking Medecos. It's not fun, but it is possible if you have a little bit of patience and a little bit of experience. Thanks for watching.